Aloha, and welcome to my presentation for Communicology 352 at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. My name is Agnes Stratman, and today I will be going over two topics from Chapter 12. We will be discussing what is creativity, its definitions, as well as the phases of creativity, as well as what is brainstorming, its definitions, the steps of brainstorming, and the important traits of brainstorming. So, without further ado, let's get started. First and foremost, what is creativity? According to the book, creativity is the generation, application, combination, and extension of new ideas. In layman's terms, is to make something new. This can come from new ideas, strategies, principles, or approaches to a given problem. Creativity comes from your intuition, or your gut feeling. It is a natural process. Creativity also leads into innovation, which is to put ideas into action. There are 4 steps of innovation, and this includes idea generation, feasibility analysis, reality testing, and implementation. Like creativity, it too comes from intuition and is a natural unconscious process. Essentially, creativity and innovation are 2 sides of the same coin. There are 4 phases of creativity. The first of this is idea generation, where group members actively identify a range of new ideas, possibilities, and approaches to the issue at hand. This is followed by the developmental phase, where ideas are extended and additional information is gathered to support the initial nugget of ideas. Next is the finalization or closure phase, where the group agrees on what the best idea may be. Lastly is the evaluation phase, where the team assesses the value and worth of ideas selected. Now you may be asking, what are the specific methods, approaches, and conditions or techniques to boost creativity? And that would be brainstorming. Brainstorming is the creative technique designed to help a group generate several solutions to a problem. Ideas should be gathered and organized. Then a best idea is chosen to serve as a solution. A few things to keep in mind about brainstorming. So if you want quality over quantity, it's better to have a few good ideas than too many ideas. You want to keep the group small to about 12 to 15 individuals. That way, shyer group members won't become intimidated. If you implement rules to your group, make sure they follow the rules during the brainstorming process. Last but not least, you want to draw in less chatty members. They may be having a great idea, but are simply too afraid to speak them out. There are several techniques you can use to enhance brainstorming. One of them is reverse brainstorming, where you imagine how to make the problem worse. From there, you can then work backwards to make it better. There is also role storming, or role-playing, where you think outside the box by using another person's perspective. You can pretend that you are within another position, or that you are another person, and then address the problem from there. There is also the random word technique, where the leader will provide a random word, and each member will provide the first word that pops into their head. From there, you can build on from that. You can write ideas down on sticky notes and post them up on the bulletin board. This will allow you to move ideas around, group them around, and see how they all link with each other. Lastly, you can use brain sketching, where instead of writing these ideas out, you can draw them instead. Now, there are 6 steps of brainstorming. The first of them is to identify the problem. Next, you want to analyze the problem. From there, you will generate the solutions, and then you will evaluate solutions and select the best solutions or combination of solutions. Then, you will test and implement these solutions. There are a few important traits to keep in mind while brainstorming. The first of this is timing. If you have a tighter deadline, you will have high productivity but low creativity. However, repeat exposure will create better and better creative results. Essentially, you want to cater the time limits to the group and problem that you have. If you want less time, that will generate more focus. If you want more time, that will produce better quality and more creativity. You can always set a time limit, just make sure you don't set it too short. Next is the principle of enhancement. You want to avoid stinking thinking, thoughts that limit possibilities, these little sound bites that discourage instead of encourage, like saying, we can't do this. That is discouraging. Instead, you want to generate encouragement and creativity by enhancing motivation. You can always involve everyone in discussion, give good feedback, and address conflicts when they arise. Next is to reiterate the problem. You want to make what it is that you are focusing on, you want to make it clear. You can always write this down and place it where everybody can see. Another option is to have members write the statement down themselves so that they can reach the desired achievement. Next, you want to create a climate of freedom, both psychological and physical. You want to eliminate distractions and create an environment that is not disfavorable, so you want to avoid areas that are cramped or crowded. Instead, you want to have comfortable environments to have ideas flow. You want areas to be free of ridicule and encourage positive reinforcement. Some suggest going by the playground style approach, with bringing in toys and snacks, and basically just to have fun. This will stimulate creativity. If you have shy members, one option is to have them write it down before sharing it orally. This can promote their own creativity. Next, you want to have listen to minority point of views. More ethnic and racial diversity in groups will boost creativity. Encourage quiet members to talk and reinforce their ideas when they are contributed. Don't let minority positions be quickly dismissed. Next, you can always think outside the box. Similar to role-playing, you can approach ideas from different perspectives and encourage people to see things and themselves differently. You can bring in new members and get members with their direct experiences to the problem to provide a better vantage point. Lastly, you want structure. You want to have your brainstorming structured out with organization. One suggestion is to have pros and cons separated, and that way you can help direct the focus of the discussion. So, in conclusion, we have discussed creativity, its definition, and its relationship with motivation. Creativity is important because it's essentially what makes us human. In addition, we have discussed brainstorming, what it is, the steps of brainstorming, and the various traits of the procedure. Remember, creativity is the what, and brainstorming is the how. This concludes our presentation, and with that said, thank you for listening. Mahalo!